Welcome to my channel, The World Coin. Today videos is one you won't to miss. We're diving into the world of coins top $1, so let's get it. The period from 1841 to 1845 marked a significant era in the numismatic and political history of the United States, coinciding with the presidencies of William Henry Harrison and John Tyler. In numismatic terms, these years fall within the broader era of the Gobrecht dollar's legacy and the introduction of new minting technologies. While no new designs of the $1 coin were introduced during this time, the Liberty-seated dollar continued to be a defining representation of the country's aspirations, values, and technological advancements. To understand the significance of the $1 coins minted during this window, one must delve deeply into their origins, physical characteristics, production history, artistic details, socio-political context, and their current relevance in the coin collecting world. Historical context. America, in the early 1840s. In the early 1840s, the United States was a nation in flux, rapidly expanding westward, politically volatile, and technologically ambitious. The death of President William Henry Harrison in 1841, just 31 days into office, led to the controversial presidency of John Tyler, who was often at odds with his own Whig party. The country grappled with economic instability following the Panic of 1837, and debates over tariffs, banking systems, and federal authority raged in Washington. Against this backdrop of national transformation and conflict, coinage became not just a matter of commerce, but also one of identity. Monetary policy was still forming its national coherence, with various regional banking systems issuing their own notes, creating a confusing and often unreliable currency landscape. Amid this, the hard money in circulation, such as silver dollars, was viewed as a symbol of monetary stability and trustworthiness. The United States Mint's production of silver coins, therefore, carried more than economic weight. It carried symbolic gravitas. Second, the Liberty-seated dollar, origins and evolution. The $1 coin from this era was known as the Liberty-seated dollar, a continuation of a design first introduced in 1836 by Christian Gobrecht, III, chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. Gobrecht's design emerged from a movement to standardize and beautify American coinage, while also making it more reflective of neoclassical artistic traditions rooted in ancient Rome and Greece. The obverse of the coin features the allegorical figure of Liberty, seated on a rock. She holds a liberty pole topped with a Phrygian cap in one hand, and rests the other on a striped shield with the word Liberty inscribed across it. This iconography symbolized the vigilance and moral strength of the Republic. The reverse side displayed a heraldic eagle, wings spread and facing left, clutching arrows and an olive branch, representing military preparedness and peace, respectively. From 1840 onward, the coin became a regularly minted issue, replacing earlier experimental versions such as the 1836-1839 Gobrecht dollar. During the years 1841 to 1845, the Liberty-seated dollar retained this design, though minor adjustments in die alignment, relief, and strike quality varied slightly year to year. Third, specifications and minting details. The Liberty-seated silver dollar minted from 1841 to 1845 shared uniform physical specifications. Composition: 90% silver, 10% copper. Diameter: 38.1 millimeters, 1.5 inches. Weight: 26.73 grams. Edge: reeded designer, Christian Gobrecht. These coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the only facility producing silver dollars at the time. This was before the establishment of branch mints like San Francisco and Carson City in the later 19th century. As a result, these coins bear no mint marks, a characteristic common to Philadelphia issues of the period. Mintages during these 5 years were relatively low by today's standards. 1841, approx. 173,000 coins. 1842, approx. 105,000 coins. 1843, approx. 100 coins. 1844, approx. 20,000 coins. A key date: 1845, approx. 24,500 coins. The 1844 and 1845 issues are particularly rare and highly sought after by collectors, largely due to their low mintages and the challenge of finding well-preserved examples. IV. artistic and symbolic interpretation. The liberty-seated design was steeped in allegory and symbolism. Gobrecht's work was inspired in part by Britannia depictions on British coinage, but tailored for a uniquely American audience. Liberty herself is dressed in flowing classical robes, evoking Roman and Greek ideals of virtue and civic responsibility. The shield represents the defense of the nation, and the Phrygian cap harkens back to the French Revolution's ideals of freedom and emancipation. The eagle on the reverse is reminiscent of the Great Seal of the United States, but is slightly less ornate. Notably, the absence of the "In God We Trust" motto, which would not appear on U.S. coins until 1866, marks these coins as products of a more secular era in American public life, when national identity was more often grounded in Enlightenment ideals than overt religiosity. V. The political climate and coinage policies. The early 1840s saw growing debates over hard versus soft money, the role of the national bank, and the impact of silver and gold bimetallism. President John Tyler's tenure was marked by a firm resistance to re-establishing a central banking system, which some critics saw as undermining monetary stability. Coinage production, including the silver dollar, suffered under these inconsistent policies. The liberty-seated dollar was minted in relatively small numbers, largely due to hoarding and melting. Silver bullion was often worth more on the open market than its face value in coin, leading to coins being withdrawn from circulation or exported. This was especially true in the years following the Coinage Act of 1837, which standardized silver content but failed to resolve bullion market disparities. 6. Numismatic legacy and rarity today. Liberty-seated dollars from the 1841–1845 period are cherished by collectors not only for their historical significance, but also for their beauty and rarity. High-grade examples, especially from the 1844 and 1845 issues, can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Coins in mint state, MS-60 or higher, are extremely rare due to the limited numbers originally minted and the heavy wear most circulated coins experienced. Counterfeits and altered dates are a known problem in the coin collecting world, making authentication crucial. Coins are typically graded by third-party services such as PCGS or NGC to ensure both authenticity and accurate valuation. 7. Conclusion. The $1 coin as a symbol of a nation in transition. The United States $1 coin from 1841 to 1845 is more than a medium of exchange. It is a relic of a pivotal moment in American history. As the young republic navigated growing pains, political strife, territorial expansion, and economic instability, the liberty-seated dollar offered a tangible, beautiful expression of national ideals. Through the fine details of its artistry and the complex backdrop of its production, this coin encapsulates the struggles and aspirations of a nation on the cusp of modernity. Its modest mintage, elegant design, and deep symbolic meaning continue to draw the admiration of historians, economists, and collectors alike. In holding such a coin, one doesn't just possess a piece of silver. It is as if one holds the very heartbeat of 1840s America, pulsing with ambition, trial, and promise. So please like, share, and comment on this video, and make sure to subscribe my channel.